when you're a creator and you're working with brands and you're trying to make money, you got to understand who your audience is.
Yeah. People in the comments were racist as shit, and they were saying like, oh, this is a premium nigga. Bro, those comments were getting fucking like thousands of likes, and that's what makes sure videos go viral.
Yeah.
So that's why he went viral. He just started doing the get ready, and that just took him.
He had a strategy.
He had a strategy, and he just doubled down on both those, and that's what took him off.
The thing that you would think is nonsensical, that just netted $1 million.
Oh yeah.
He went viral. I guarantee you the sales charge is going to look like the correlation maybe 2-3 days later or so, like you're going to see that spike.
I was in Safeway the next day. The shelf was cleared.
Yeah.
There was no Saratoga on the shelf. Yo, welcome back to the rawest corner of the culture, where fitness meets fashion, money meets mindset, and everybody got something going on. Everybody. So welcome back to episode 4 of the No Days Off podcast.
4 already.
Eco and T.
Yes,
4.
4.
It's crazy.
That's crazy.
And my man Costa back there.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Costa, what you think? 4 of them.
How are you guys feeling about it?
Amazing.
Oh, I'm loving it.
I love it.
I'm loving it.
Hell yeah.
I think it gives us that platform to speak, bro.
Are you guys ready for that launch?
Yes.
Absolutely.
So ready for the launch for
Sure. I'm excited for the launch. It's been a long time coming, but the potential of this thing is crazy.
It's gonna take off for sure.
All right.
We're gonna do views. We're gonna do big views, big numbers.
Yeah, it's just opening that doorway. I mean, we all got so many other things going on.
Mm-hmm.
Monetizing so many other things in so many different ways. Especially, I mean, Casa, you know, pivot. Y'all about to go crazy.
Yep.
We already know that.
You guys already know the deal, man. We're just prepping.
Oh yeah.
With that being said, though, I don't know if here, right? We are all parents.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
We all have kids.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you guys have heard. Well, you, especially Nico, you're a girl dad.
Yes, sir.
Have you heard of this damn thing's Labubu, man?
Bro.
What is yeah, exactly? What is this whole thing, man? I got like my 2 baby girls talking about this Labubu thing.
It's crazy, bro. I don't know where it came. It's a phenomenon.
Okay.
And they're just these little plushy toys. Some of them are bigger, bro. The prices on some of these things are insane. I know one of them resells for like $1,500. Yeah,
that's
put that together, bro.
That's OD. It's like Beanie Babies back in the day.
Low key, and they like clip the keychains. There's like bigger ones and stuff, but they're just this. It's this cartoon from Japan, this animation, and they're like little babies with sharp teeth and dressed in this like bunny costume kind of deal. I think that's the best way to explain it.
Yeah.
I'm sure we're going to have one slide on the screen somewhere or something like that, right? So the audience, but man, I got roped into buying 3 this week.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even know, man. Like there's this, like ugly, like before a couple of years ago, I remember there was this thing called like ugly toys or something.
Yeah.
Ugly stuffies or.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys remember about that.
No, I don't remember. I don't remember. What's the ugly stuff?
No, I ain't get into that.
Okay.
No, I didn't get into it either. But what I'm trying to get at is you see trends repeating over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so for those content creators out there that are breaking them down heads thinking that they have to reinvent the wheel, not really.
No.
Just look at history, repeat what's good. And I believe, I don't know how long ago this whole Labubu situation came out or whatnot, but again, I just feel like it's a repeating trends all over.
Yeah.
It really is. It's always something to be. I mean, baggy jeans is getting back. I remember with skinny jeans. I bet skinny jeans will come back after the baggy jeans all over again. History does repeat itself, and it's interesting. Like I wonder, like, what is the phenomenon behind that? Is it just the nostalgia? Is it just needing something new, but it's old? Or is it like, what makes trends come back and repeat themselves?
I think it's kind of like one of those things where you can only have so much variety, right?
Yeah.
Like there's so much extra that you can actually create until you got to dig back into the bag.
Mm-hmm.
Typically that stuff starts with like, ain't nobody doing this.
Right.
Ain't nobody doing this. And it's like, yeah, like it might have been, it's probably influence from the past. Cause before we was wearing skinny jeans, they was wearing it back in the day.
That was valid.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like everything just comes in cycles because you can only be original but so much.
But so many times, yeah.
And then you just take something old and flip it into something that you can do right now, right?
Right. So is originality dead?
that's where I was trying to get at, though.
Yeah.
Okay, it's okay. I can't remember where I heard this before.
Good artist copy, great artist steal.
There you go. Yeah, read my fucking mind. If you're going to steal something, make sure you add your own spice, your own flavor, right? Twist it up.
Right.
Make sure it's a signature now to you. It's the very same thing with AI.
Right.
Use that inspo from someone else and just use it as foundational inspiration and then take it from there.
Yeah, right. Why would you break what's working? You know what I'm saying?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know what I'm saying? Same shit. I agree. I feel like, it is almost originality. I wouldn't say it's dead, but it's like, since we're all drawing inspiration from someone, it's hardly to say anybody's idea is truly original. At what point does an idea become an original idea? I guess is what I'm saying. If there's so much information and so much, who's to say that you were the first person to think of this? Who's to say, like, how does one navigate and be like, yes, I'm the original of this? Is that like...
That's tough, right? Because it's like, for me, it becomes original when you put your own flavor to it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. That's true.
Even though it's like copied from something, like it's still like, I don't know. That's a tough one. But I feel like if it's original to you, if it's your flavor, run with it.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, who really like, bro? If you copy someone's video and you get 1 million views, are you gonna care that they were like, oh well, this is this person's video? It's like, nah, I use that as my inspo. Like, this is the basis to get to the bag at the end of the day. So I'm not really tripping on that. I mean,
I ain't gonna lie. There was one time I had a video that went viral on TikTok, and I was mad because I had read off of, but I couldn't be mad, but I was mad at the time just because I was just dumb. I read off of one of the, like, a quote that I love, and I read it off, and because I got tired of people were posting memes and stuff, but I was like, okay, but I want to be different. I'm gonna read it and talk. So that's what I did. And so I posted, I got millions of views, and then someone took it from my video and then extracted the audio, and they made a video on Instagram, and they got millions of views. I ain't gonna lie, bro. This is probably the most petty shit. I'm saying this. This is probably the most petty shit. My fault, bro. If you see this,
Petty King.
Yeah. If you see this, my fault. But literally, I was like, hey, bro, you gotta take that down, bro. I was like, hell yeah. I'm like, hey, because I'm like, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? It's one thing if it's like text on screen. But it's my voice, bro. Like, this is me. And I got tired of hearing my voice over and over again when it wasn't my video. You feel me? So I'm hearing his, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, like, you are tripling my numbers on here. I'm like, I hit him. I said, hey, bro. God, I feel so bad. This is such an asshole. But he was like a student. I guess he was like over here on a visa or whatever. And I said, hey, bro, like, this is a copyright infringement. I'm like, I'm gonna have to talk to my lawyers because this is crazy. Hell yeah, bro. But it was a vocal cease and desist. So it wasn't like I had no papers. You know what I'm saying? So I had to say, bro, hey, bro, I don't want to do this. You know what I'm saying? If you could just take it down, you know what I mean? He goes, yeah, I'm here on a visa. I'm like, yeah, but go ahead and take that down. I was such a hater, bro. That was my bad, bro.
I think you should let him put it back.
Yeah, no, I look back on it. I'm like, bro, how salty you gotta be, bro? I think what made me mad was because it was my voice, bro. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? This is my voice. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that pissed me off to the point where I was like, hey, bro, you gotta take this down. No. You ain't about to get more views than me.
Okay, so now if we're being straight up,
yeah.
Was it because if it was your voice, or was it the fact that?
Oh no, he was getting more views than me. His shit was blown up. I was sick.
I just told him, yo, you got to tag me on that one.
Oh no, bro.
He didn't even tag you?
No, bro, he didn't tag me. He put me at the very. Okay, this is what I hate. Put me at the. He like tagged me. But yeah. But he was like, he didn't like, he was. I want my proper credit. I want to like sound by, voice by. He just put my name and shit. I'm like, nah, bro. I need you to tell these people what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And he was outshining me. I ain't gonna lie. He was outshining me.
The thing is, bro.
Oh yeah, no. He didn't use my audio. He used it as his own audio. That's what pissed me off. That's what it was. It wasn't so I wasn't getting no credit from the people that wanted to use the sound. Like, who's the original?
Okay, so then it was saying original music.
Yes.
By that account.
Yeah, by that account.
Yo.
That's why I was pissed. That's exactly why I was mad.
Nah, you don't do that.
I wouldn't have been mad.
Yeah.
I'd be like, hey, bro, by all means. Yeah, bro. We both lit.
We both running.
Yeah, but no. This looks like you the original, bro. Like, yours is your voice. Nah, bro, this is my voice. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's a little different, but it's the same thing. It's like, bro, David Goggins, his voice everywhere with no credit.
But see, I'm a regular dude. I'm not no celebrity. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. At what point do you just chop that up to influence though.
I agree. That's why I said I was petty. I was petty at the time because I'm like, bro, I'm taking this time to record these damn videos. It's taking me forever. Like most celebrities, they're getting their shit. You know, they're not doing their own shit. You know, people are making content. I'm spending my time. Yeah. You know what I'm saying, recording this and fucking up over and over to get this damn video right. And then you get to use this video and you get fucking capitalized. And I just spent 3 hours trying to get this fucking shit right because I'm trying to memorize. I don't got no whatever. I'm remembering this stuff and I have to go over and over and over and over and over again. I'm getting frustrated at myself because I'm like, fuck, bro, figure it out. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then you use it once and blow up and I don't get no credit. Nah, bro. I'm not doing that.
I get you. You upset the hard work that you put into and you didn't get enough credit out of your hard work.
That's what I'm saying. If you would use my audio and get more views than me,
I could get that.
I'm applauding you. But if you take my shit and your name says original and you're getting more views than me and getting more followers than me and I'm not getting no love, hell no.
How big was his account?
Bro, he had like 100K at the time. But
that's dirty.
Different. That's dirty. Different.
Yeah.
Because you know what you're doing at that point.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he knew what the fuck he's doing.
And you can't hit me with the visa thing because now you're trying to play like.
He took it from TikTok, bro, and brought it to Instagram.
So you know what you did.
Yeah, he know what he did. He knew exactly what he did. He's like, oh, my bad, man. And my bad, my ass.
There's a thing, right? Like, if he was a growing creator, I'd have been like,
no, it is. You know, chuck it to the game.
Like that. But like, you got 100K, so you've been doing this a minute. And
right.
You know the game.
Where you go. Yeah.
You know
the game. Like, you got to, and that's the thing, bro. If I ever take like audio or something from somebody, bro, I'm giving the credit.
Absolutely.
I'm giving the credit.
Unless like I said, if it's a celebrity or someone that I like, you know, someone huge, I'm not gonna like, okay, bet. Like I can tag you like Andy Frisellis, you know what I'm saying? Okay, I'll tag him, this. But if it's just like a you know, someone talking, if I don't, I want to find the original, and I'm gonna, just like you said, I'm gonna tag them and give them their love, give them their flowers. Because I had one video that went crazy, and it was about Bray. It was me and Bray. We got 10 million views, bro, on that video, and it was someone else's audio. But I was like, someone please help me find whose audio this is. And I tagged him, and Chris, he was chill about it. He's like, bro, thank you for like, you know, looking out, because I was like, bro, like my video's going nuts because of your.
Video down too, huh?
No, it's still up there. It's still up. It's got that Shaq shared that shit. Shaq, Sierra, bro, everybody shared that shit. That I got like 20,000 followers, but that was when going viral for all the. It was like I went viral. I gained 20,000 followers, but it was like 20,000 fucking moms. You know what I'm saying? And 20,000, like, you know, like.
Okay, so that's actually very important. Let's focus on that, right? Mm-hmm. So, okay, the importance of attracting the right audience.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're saying you attracted a bunch of moms. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna tie it up to something that we talked about in one of the first episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Was that potentially one of the reasons why you started that other theme page about Go Queen and team?
It was that came by accident, bro. Like I was making a page and I was like, I'm gonna try to grow this because I wanted to grow this like one of my original TikTok pages. And I was just thirst trapping. I ain't gonna lie. Hey, that was during COVID, and I started just thirst trapping. And I was like, let me see if I can actually do this. I've never been that person, but let me thirst my trap way to fucking hella followers. I wanted to see it if I could just prove my thesis in my head that I can do it, and I did it. And so I wanted to 125. So I tried to do it again, and this time it was a little bit harder because TikTok changed their algorithm. So then I started doing, okay, let me pivot to like more relationships stuff, and I was like, okay, bet relationships is a pain point for especially for, you know, for women in general, you know, just because they're just a little more emotional. And the I was saying, I was like, okay, bet, and it just one, and then after the other. And then I repurposed the same video 20 times and got millions of views on the same fucking video with the same exact text. You know what I mean? And it just blew up, and I was like, okay, bet, that was cool. But yeah, going viral for the wrong reasons it's like, not the wrong reasons. Like, of course, I went viral with me and my son. That was the best feeling ever. It's like, you know, people like to showcase my love for my son. Yeah, it was cool, but like, I'm not here to showcase my love for my son on my personal brand. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I'm here to build a brand and make money. You know what I'm saying? So it was weird because like all the people that I was getting was like not tailored to what my mission was.
Yeah.
So it kind of hurt my page more than anything. Yeah. And I was so caught up in the going viral. I'm like, bro, I'm getting hella views that I didn't cut it off. I kind of just let it keep going.
You got to though.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got to. And I think that's important to note, because when you're a creator and you're working with brands and you're trying to make money, you got to understand who your audience is.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you got to understand who's going to spend money with you.
Yeah.
And you have to cater to them.
Yeah.
So it's like my audience is mainly males.
Yeah.
And I mean, that works for me. Like, cool. Like some females do join in, but I understand the psychology of it is men are probably going to spend more money on the things that I sell.
Absolutely.
More fitness-based
Absolutely.
products.
Absolutely.
You know, now, like, I do have females that, like, buy stuff and support, and I'm thankful for that, too. But I also understand the audience that I have to cater to.
Yeah.
And I try to create some content that caters to both because I want to be fair to my followers. Because a lot of people show me love. But at the same time, I know I also can't speak from a female's perspective.
Absolutely.
So I'm not the point of influence, if you will, for them. So at the end of the day, I can only speak my shoes. I can only speak to my path and those who have similar paths, which would be a male audience.
Yeah. No, that's a beautiful thing. And that's like, that was where I was having a crossroads because like I would have, it would fluctuate depending on things I was doing.
Yeah.
So like I would start to get more male followers based off the content I was creating, and then more female followers would come in, and then more male followers would come in. So like mine's right now it's pretty even scale, and then you got to take that into consideration when you're looking at brand deals and what other brands want. You know what I mean? Some, you know, if it's more of a men's company, you're gonna get, you know, those type of brand deals. But I feel like most brand deals want like an even keel of both, which is really hard to do if you want to niche down. That's why a personal brand is so important, because that personal brand, there's really no niche. The personal brand is you are the niche, and that takes time. That's why a lot of people I feel like want to build a personal brand so fast, but like if you want to build a personal brand that has no niche, you are the niche, that's going to take some time. You know what I mean? It's hard, bro. But it's like it's okay. It's not hard. It takes consistency, discipline, and doing things you don't want to do, and knowing your message and being able to deliver it effectively to that right audience of you, if that makes sense.
No, I absolutely agree. And I think it's something that I struggle with, because I do want to take the Pump Cover Poppy to more of a personal brand with the fitness influence and stuff like that. But the hardest part about that is, I've got years of content.
Absolutely.
Fitness, right?
Yeah.
So now I've got to change how my page is laid out.
Yeah.
But B, you got to start living instead of living to live. You got to live with the camera, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Every single point of your life now has to kind of become.
Yeah.
I think that's the difficult aspect of the whole content creation, right? Like, especially if we're business owners, we're fathers, we're husbands, and then on top of that now is like, okay, we're trying to grow the personal brand, but now you also have to learn content, composition, lighting, strategy.
Yeah.
And those are the things that a lot of people have misconception, that they believe that it's just a matter of turning on their cell phone, shooting a video, and then that's it. Sure. While that may be true, again, the longevity of it, is it really building that personal brand, that connection that companies are looking for? I don't think so.
No, absolutely not.
So this is just game for everybody listening, right? You have 3 different levels of performance here when it comes to social media. T, right? He manages the leaders only and his personal brand. You're talking about 150K brand. Almost congrats, 100K.
Sure.
Almost there. That's a huge milestone, man. That's years of work.
Appreciate that.
That's years of work. So making sure you identified what it is that you're supposed to be doing as a personal brand, it's difficult, but I believe people like you paving the road, people like you also paving the road, it's years of consistency.
It is,
man.
Absolutely.
Like you said it. We've said it already a couple of times here. You have nearly two decades of doing content. I have nearly a decade. You're almost there, right? 5 years or so?
Something like that, 5, 6 years.
So that it's not as, while some people have that golden sauce that they could just overnight become that sensation, the reality is many of us, that's not the case.
Absolutely. And I mean, bro, it's a struggle. It's a struggle, especially when you like growing your page and you see you're following your strategy and you're doing these things, right? And you may gain 300 followers one day and then lose 150 the next day. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are like the pain of being a creator, right? Because the 100K doesn't come overnight. And it's things like you said, like, some people think you could just turn on your phone and start creating and like that's it. Well, that's not the case. If you don't know how to tell a story, if you don't know how to build a brand, build your story, build your brand voice, to influence people, to sell things, like, you need to learn all of these skills to be able to be good at creating content and being a content creator. And especially, like, there's a difference between wanting to be a creator and just use it as an expressive outlet and then use it to make money brands. And so it's like, you really got to pay attention to what you're putting out there.
A nail on the head right there.
Because whatever you're creating, whatever you're posting, that's who you are. And it's on there forever.
I think there's a lot of misconception, right? Because, for example, I was one of them. I made the huge mistake. Well, I don't want to say huge mistake because I actually learned quite a lot. But we see people like the big entrepreneurs, right? People that have teams. And we hear people, I want to refer back to Gary Vee, one of the OGs when it comes to content of entrepreneurship.
Absolutely.
And the misconception is this, because you have people of high level like him saying, all you got to do is document.
Yeah.
All you got to do is document, and that's how easy your content is going to be. The reality is a lot of us live boring life, and it is what it is.
Absolutely.
There is 1,000% effort that needs to, now how do I convert this air quotes, because I want to be very careful how I frame this, right? Boring life, and how do I sauce it up to make sure like I'm building my personal brand, whether that's a father, whether that's a mom that's trying to do like an Amazon theme page and stuff like that, right? Yeah. So I believe that is the misconception that some people have, is like, oh, okay, it's just a matter of popping up the camera and then let's go. What do you guys think about that?
I think it's interesting too, because as much as our boring lives are, people are still intrigued by what other people do. You know what I mean? It's intriguing. Like, okay, what does your fridge look like? I wonder what his fridge looks like. My fridge is like this. Am I doing this right? Am I cleaning this right? That's why I think people, when they're watching these lifestyle creators, even though they live like normal lives, they're still looking. People are looking for tips. I'm like, some people need confirmation. Like, am I cleaning my house right? Is this right? You know what I mean? It's like when you see someone else do it, it's like, oh, okay, I'm doing it right. Like my life isn't so boring. Yeah. Or their life is just as boring as mine is, but they're just recording it. You know what I mean? It's like almost like it's a reality show, and it's like, it's comforting seeing someone like yourself doing basic stuff, but still like, you know, making a living from it, or even just doing it in general. Yeah. Because I think a lot of people are just too scared to take that first step, because one, confused people do nothing. So if no one knows what to do or how to do it, they're just not going to do it at all. Absolutely. And then seeing someone else do it, it's just like, okay, bet it's going to give them like a little bit of motivation to do it, but they're like, I don't know, I might not do it yet. You know what I mean? So it's like, boring lives is just like, it's interesting. I think the psychology behind it is interesting.
I think it's just multi-layered, man. I think people take everything like super literal.
Yeah.
I mean, a dude like Gary Vee, he says just pick up your phone and create, but you got to look at what Gary creates to understand what he means by that.
He has a whole team.
Like, when he says that, picking up the phone and creating, like, get used to being in front of the camera.
Yeah. Because
at the end of the day, how many times have you filmed stuff and it's like, half of it, I'm not even going to use half of this.
Yeah.
I'll film like a 2-3 minute video and use 20 seconds of it.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So it's like when he says that, he means get used to being in front of the camera, learn what you want to create. It is as simple as picking up your phone and creating, but understand what you want to create. And I think outside of that, when you look at the psychology of it, right? Like we've got a generation that's full of like anxiety, insecurities,
ADHD,
and hate at the same time, right?
Yeah.
So it's like when you understand this, you understand that when you create something, it's to fill those voids. Well, if someone's hating on your video, that's great. That's engagement. That's why last week I talked about, make me the meme. Because at the end of the day, I understand what that engagement will do for me, right? And then outside of that, when you have a world of anxious people that are really insecure about what they do, whether it's in the gym, whether it's cleaning, whether it's fixing a car.
Well, I mean, that's why there's the conversation of hyper niches, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk about this cleaning situation. I follow a couple of ASMR pages that are all about cleaning.
Fire.
I love them. Me too.
Fire. There you go. Fire.
And I'm not going to lie, dude. Something as simple as aesthetically cleaning. Like if you get your composition right, if you have somewhat of a nice looking apartment, right? Because that's your vibe. That's just what it is. It's not like you fucking went and bought a set and then, right? And then you just execute on it. Bro, I've seen like, man, what is that spray that they're using?
Yeah,
bro.
That's me, bro.
It's a 10X cheat code.
Yeah, I'm at 35.
That's what the brands are looking for.
Yes.
But it's a 10X cheat code. And I don't think people know how to spin that, right? Because you got your content boomer, right? What's the next step? Start cleaning business.
Yeah.
What's the next step? Start your own products.
Yeah.
E-commerce.
You strive,
bro. That stuff like that's why I think that stuff is fire.
I love it.
Because it's like the thing that you would think is nonsensical, that just netted $1 million.
Oh, yeah. And it's crazy. It's like the simple things, like those, the ASMR and the cleaning, it makes me want to clean my house. It makes me want to, like, I watch the videos, I'm like, damn.
How can I hire you?
Yeah, I'm like, I love, like, I love your crib, bro. I love how you decorate it. I love the products you, I love how clean you keep it. Yeah. I want to do that because I want to do the same shit. You know what I mean? I want my house. I've learned that lately. I've never been like a crazy clean person, but ever since I started following these people, I'm like, bruh, yes, I'm influenced.
I just want to see it work.
Yeah, I'm influenced, bro. Like, what spray are you using? Am I using the right fucking spray for my shit? What this or that? And these are basic everyday items. You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
It is, and it's just like that's why I think the documentation. That's the easiest form of easiest way to create. Just like Gary said, is just document.
Yeah, documenting
that.
What do you do good?
What do you do good?
Well,
I want to focus while we stay on this topic because I think this is super important to address, right? The transparency now where social media is pivoting into a more direct, very raw look.
Yeah.
For example, we have brands like Slim Jim, right? Roasting other brands online.
Yeah, I love that.
Like
Wendy's,
Yeah.
Wendy's on Twitter, on X.
What did you talking?
I love that.
So what I mean is we are seeing that millennials who are the ones that are now taking over the older roles and stuff like that we grew up with the meme culture and stuff.
Yeah.
We approve of that.
Oh, yeah.
As a millennial. Yeah. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
if you're able to be raw about it, but again, being careful with your digital footprint and what it is that you do, being completely raw could be your golden ticket to landing those sponsored deals. But just because you're afraid of showing up and picking up the camera and recording, it's not happening. It's so funny that you said it's like, I'm thinking about this, dude. How can you come into my apartment and help me maybe design my apartment? Let's not go too far. This happened in the DMs a couple of weeks ago. We started recording the podcast.
Yeah.
We started posting some content. Some of you guys' crowd saw the studio.
Yeah.
Questions started being asked.
Right. Absolutely.
So that's just the power of being out there. But how it is that you're doing it matters a ton.
Absolutely. I think you bring up solid points because at the end of the day, being raw is being real, and that establishes that emotional connection to not only build a community but keep a community. I follow this one guy. I don't remember his name, dude, and I just started following him because he might be the rawest dude on Instagram, bro.
Yeah,
like, I forget his name. I'm gonna have to figure it out and shout him out. But he's got a ton of followers. This dude, he's a veteran. He's a bodybuilder. And he's straight up, he's like, "What's up, dirt bags?"
Oh, cool train. I knew exactly. I wanted to say it. I was like, I knew exactly what you're talking about. I love him, bro. I love his videos. I'm like, bro, you're funny as shit, bro.
He's straight up.
Just raw.
Yeah, he's like, I'm broke. I'm riding a fucking bike to the grocery store to get scratch offs. Like,
but he's probably you're right. He's as raw as you can get, and it's like it's so. And he's entertaining too, though. You know what I mean? He knows how to entertain, bro. And I think he's a great example. He's just literally as raw. He don't care about his hair. He don't care about what he looks like. He'll go to Goodwill to get some dish pans. He's like, yeah, I got this at the Goodwill. You know what I'm saying?
The first date video?
Yeah, bro. He's hilarious, but he's just so unfiltered.
Yeah.
And he don't have no special. He has a camera and a Rode mic.
Yeah. He don't care.
A Rode mic is probably like $150, $300. A camera, obviously comes with your phone. That's his content strategy. I'm gonna wake up. I'm just gonna talk my shit about my day. I'm gonna go fishing. I'm gonna get some scratch offs and call everybody dirt bags and see you guys tomorrow. Literally every day.
Hey, but check it out though. Look at the power of a personal brand. He couldn't remember his name at all.
Yeah.
He gave few details.
Yeah, that's real.
Right away.
I knew exactly.
Right away.
And it's crazy. As soon as you said the most authentic and raw, I already knew who you were talking about. I was just waiting for you to give me a bit more of a hint to be like,
just a hook.
Coltrane. I was like, Coltrane. I was exactly what you're talking about.
I watched this man. He wanted to grill some hot dogs, so he started a fire behind his apartment complex with some branches, bro, to make hot dogs and marshmallows. I was like, this kind of, and I sat there and watched the whole video. It was like 3 minutes long.
That's what I'm saying. And like just like he said, that just speaks to a power of a personal brand.
Absolutely.
So for example, let's go ahead and stay on that. Right?
Yeah, might as well.
Personal branding, right? How do you guys believe this is going to influence the influencer marketing going forward? Let's not go too far. A couple of years back, right? We'd had that dude, what was his name? Something dog drinking the fucking cranberry juice. And
dog pound, something.
Yes, you guys, exactly. Personal brand, right? You guys know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So we're seeing this transformation into the more straight up, I don't want to say lower quality because quality has to be there, but a more raw. I hate to overutilize the same word, but now that we're seeing people being more raw, more authentic, now that brands are approving of this, how do you guys think the field is going to change going forward?
I think it already has.
Yeah.
I think there's no change, and I think it already has. I think if you think about it, right? Let's go back. I'm going to take it back a little bit to be where we are now. We look at COVID. Mm-hmm. During COVID, there wasn't a lot of raw. There wasn't, but people were so emotional about things. I feel like we had a softer culture, especially online, right? Mm-hmm. And I think now we're back into the world. And it's been how many years since we're back from COVID? 4 or 5 years, whatever.
Yeah.
And I think people are starting to gain that edge back. Mm-hmm. Back then, it was just, I'll talk about my niche. It was just a fitness video. Mm-hmm. And then we had like JPG and like stuff like that. It was like fitness, and I'm going to teach you about fitness. Mm-hmm. Now it's like you look at people like I always used to like to use Swoll Ricketts or even like Russ and Cranon, their whole camp, right? Mm-hmm. Their stuff used to just be about them in the gym lifting. Now
it's their life.
Yeah. Now they've evolved to even understand, and these are big creators. Like whatever they post, it's going to move no matter what. But they've evolved to understand, like, no, we have to show the other side of it. We have to show, hey, this is what I cook in the morning. Mm-hmm. Hey, this is how I brush my teeth. Like you said, like it's just like small things, but people want the authentic. And I think, me personally, I think a lot of that is escapism. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like not all of it is to learn. A lot of it is just to get away from your normal life.
Yeah.
To be able to see how other people live. So when you talk about even how do you make...
Some people live vicariously through other people.
Even when you talk about how do you make my boring life look good, like you don't have to. You just show up.
Right.
You just said something that blew my mind, bro.
What's that?
Because, man, as a father, I fall into the mistake of telling my babies, why are you watching other kids playing Roblox online on YouTube or some other video game playing online? And why not do it yourself?
Yeah.
And then now that I think about it in the grown-up frame that you just did it, a lot of adults actually, we suffer from the same thing.
100%.
We don't even realize.
100%.
So, wow, dude. Yeah, you just blew my mind with that.
Yeah.
Profound.
And I don't want to transition into parenting, but it's something that we even kind of spoke about earlier. It's like, you got to understand. What changed my mind about parenting and how I parent my child. Yeah. I really looked at, I don't remember exactly what the situation was, but she was going through a situation in school, and I looked at it and I really realized, like, bro, these are just little adults trying to figure out how to live in an adult world. They do the same things we do, just at a different capacity because they're little, right? So it's like, that's why I'm big on allowing my daughter to view those things, because hell, after a certain amount of time now, she wants to do YouTube.
Right.
You know what I mean?
No, that's super.
It's like they're already understanding at a young age, building their own personal brands because they've seen the huge YouTube creators doing that.
Mm-hmm. So. Sure, my son sees me building my personal brand every day. You know what I mean? He's always like, Daddy, you doing this, Daddy's doing this, Daddy's doing that. You know what I mean? He sees me, wants to take pictures, this, all that. So it's like, it's really interesting. You know what I mean? Even to go back to what he was saying with the personal brand stuff, because I wanted to touch on the point, was I think the influencer is, there's a difference now between influencer and being a person of influence. Yes. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the influencer title, everybody feels like they have that title because they make content now. Yeah. You know what I mean? You got people putting influencer in their bio, and I'm like, you know, like, what is that? What does influencer mean to you? Like, if you really sit down and ask somebody what an influencer is to somebody, I don't think they could give you a proper definition of what an influencer is. No. Is it someone that just sells clothes or sells a product? Is this person someone who motivates someone? Like, what gives somebody the title of influencer? Because I've been curious for so long, because I never considered myself an influencer ever. I hate that title. I'm like, bro, I've never given myself that title. I just feel like I'm just a regular person who just happens to have a little bit of influence based off of just who I am. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I think that title of influencer is going to be dead as a whole, because if you're not can actually influence somebody, because there's a lot of people who have a lot of followers and a lot of influencer stats, but aren't producing influencer money when it comes to selling.
Look at that big case. I think was a Sweaty, or there was this female rapper with Sony. They had a deal. The female rapper had, I don't know, 10 million followers or something like that, right? And it's celebrity status, TV and everything, popping on different shows and this and that. Release date comes around, that this doesn't even sell 1,000 copies.
Well, there's a difference between 10 million followers and 10 million people that's going to support you. Which 10 million people community.
Which leads to the influence aspect of what he is talking about. Because I know people that have 2,000 followers and are making multiple six figures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for you to have a celebrity status, be on shows, link up with the celebrities and be inside of that circle and not being able to sell, I'm butchering the numbers. It's not exactly 1,000, but it correlates to something like that.
Yeah, you got to be him or her.
Exactly.
At the end of the day.
You got to have like a deeper connection with your audience. You can't because a lot of people just have a lot of vanity followers. Mm-hmm. They like it because they look good. You know what I'm saying? Or they're motivated. But motivation is not a connection. No, you can motivate hella people. I mean, that's not a deeper connection. So when someone tells you, bro, you give me purpose, you help me find my purpose. You know what I'm saying? You help me become a better person. Not you motivated me. Though there's a fine line, because anybody can be motivated. Doesn't mean they're gonna fucking buy from you. No, they can be motivated by anybody any given fucking day. Yeah. You know what I mean? But when you change someone's total idealism and shift a paradigm in their head, that's when you have real influence, and that's when they stay with you forever, and they'll rock and buy whatever you do because they are bought into you because you made a shift in their paradigm that they've never seen before.
Yeah,
I mean, when you walk your walk. When you step into your shoes.
Absolutely.
Exactly. When conviction, it's undeniable, is just the repetition of doing the same thing over and over again and not giving up.
Yep.
Yeah, but I think it goes deeper than conviction, though.
Sure.
To be honest with you, right? I think at the end of the day, you got to understand, like we spoke about, these people are going to spend money with you.
Yeah.
So what connection are you building with them? Are you replying to the comments? Are you going to the DMs and talking to them? Yep. Are you supporting their stuff?
Yeah.
And I mean, I get it. Once it gets to like a bigger brand, it's kind of harder to do.
Yeah.
But that's when you start shifting to a bigger way of being able to do that.
Right.
Whether it's going on the stories and talking directly to them, whether it's going on the lives, like giving something back to that audience. Because like we said, you probably got 10 million followers, but what's your engagement like?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Are people coming to you for a point of like information or learning? Because to your point, like there's a big difference between influence and being an influencer and a point of influence. Like if you're just a person of influence, you're just a creator, bro. But if you don't move the needle, and it's not just move the needle as like, oh, like I started doing this because you like, no, did you change everything like people do? Mm-hmm. Like if Drake came out and wore Uggs today, people would probably have at least 100 million people buying Uggs tomorrow.
Facts. That's
right?
true.
When you talk about the Labubu thing, like it probably popped up on someone's story somewhere. Like, what's that? Now we need them. Yeah. And then there's even different levels to that.
Yeah, that's valid.
When you're in that world, right? Because there's mega influence, there's like emotional influence, there's different stuff.
Yeah,
like
I guess there's different levels of influence.
The levels of influence, right? Let's go ahead and talk about that, because once you reach a certain level, there are way more pieces now involved in the whole situation. Yes. Where you don't necessarily, your brand became so big that now you don't maybe have control of your own personal brand.
Yeah.
Perfect example, Jake Paul.
Yeah.
Okay. Like Jake Paul, that's the brand.
Yeah.
And now, unfortunately, he cannot do certain moves without getting approval from other people.
Absolutely.
Because of the things that are at risk.
You got to ride the wave.
But again, I want to bring it back a little bit, right? You touched on taking care of your community, relatability. That's still walking the walk.
Yeah.
And that's just you. The reality is, for example, T shows up, goes to the gym, works out. Or you know what, let's just give a better example that's a little more relatable to an overall audience. Joe Rogan. The guy is fit, does jiu-jitsu, talks about fitness, and consumes supplements and this and that. The guy doesn't necessarily quite sells anything. He just says, oh, I'm taking this thing.
Yeah.
And because he walks his truth, then you're like, damn, I'm projecting now myself onto him. It's like, damn, man, I want to be fit. Right. I want to look fucking yoked when I'm 50 years old and be cognitive, fully there. Right. You know what I mean? So then that's how you eventually get influence.
Absolutely.
Because of true leaders walking the walk and showing up the way they're supposed to.
I could agree with that. Absolutely.
I also think some people don't have at-home influences at all, too. Yeah. You know what I mean? So when you don't have an at-home or born with any type of influence to like make you a better person or guide you, you kind of look outside. And social media has made it easy to go and look for outside of your home influences to help guide you. Because a lot of people, I feel like kids these days, especially growing up, they have no guidance from home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Their guidance is coming from the internet. So now they're looking, I feel like more people are looking to be influenced because they don't know what influence feels like. So they're looking for it.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
And that's the thing about the levels of the game. And I think even when you talk about levels of the game, I think the best way, one of my favorite analogies to talk about it, when you look at like a LeBron versus Steph Curry, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like LeBron, arguably greatest player ever, all around aspect to the game, right? But he didn't change the game. Steph Curry changed the game.
Absolutely. I agree.
So that's why when you look at
that's
popularity,
fucking real.
why LeBron isn't considered that, right? Is because there's someone in his era that can change, that changed completely how we play this game.
Mm-hmm.
So that elevated his brand. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That elevated his level of influence. Because anything, bro, we got 6-year-olds chucking from half court.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hell, we got people in the league shooting damn threes all the time.
Yeah, and everyone wants to do it now
Yeah.
because Steph Curry.
Steph Curry.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that.
There's just levels to
There is levels of influence.
Okay,
Because,
but that's what I'm saying. I'm about to cut you off
you're good.
there, right? Like, if you look at these examples, these are people just doing the damn work.
mm-hmm.
This is not people picking up their fucking cell phone and this is how you need to do this and
Yeah.
you need to show up every day and like this.
absolutely.
It's like, fuck that. Nobody wants to be told what to
No,
do. Like,
facts.
don't tell me, man.
Yeah, show
Don't
me.
tell me.
Yeah.
Just show me. And then when eventually you click on myself, then I'll just get to it.
Facts.
Yeah. Well, if you can't do it, how am I going to take that information from you?
Absolutely.
Exactly.
But again, we live in a time now where like people can fake all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like people can like say they're walking the talk.
But the internet
you know
is
what I mean?
ruthless, man.
Yeah, that internet is ruthless.
They're going to find you.
Real quick.
We're the Liver King.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect example.
Perfect example.
Perfect example.
Bro, I saw a video of him the other day when he was doing those, he had all those
the
bands,
bands
and
on
he's holding it, and he's like, I'm like, what are you doing? But they were already signs. I was already off that day one
Yeah.
because they were already signs.
That's like doing the most.
Yeah,
So
but
Yeah. Oh,
to get the clicks and all.
Yeah, that's
I
a rage.
want to
bait.
believe it though.
Yeah.
I want to believe
The fact
I
that there
want it to
is,
be true.
yes, bro. I think that's the scary part. Is
Yeah.
that people want to believe that is true, but even if he's going so extreme, I don't know what it is, like psychology that like they want. I don't know. Just like you said, I don't know why someone would want to believe it, but there are people out there and there's people out there who believe it. I'm like, you really can't look at this man and tell me you think the dude is natural because he eats fucking liver. Come on, bro. Like,
No, there's no way.
Well, I mean, like, right. Let's touch on the aspects of virality,
yeah,
right? Because it now feels like it's a necessity to certain people at this point, right?
Yeah.
To feel relevant, they go to an extent to again doing the most.
mm-hmm.
We know that it's not normal to see this crazy 300-pound yoked guy wrapped
Yeah.
bands doing like whatever the hell he's doing. So what happens? It's clickbait. Boom,
Yeah.
you get in it, you try to see what's up because it's funny as hell or completely stupid. You go ahead and you share it.
Right.
But let me ask this question: what is virality to y'all?
Right is just a number to me.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
That's
What's that number? I don't think no one has given me that understanding. Like,
10
what's
million.
the number?
At the end of the day, virality it really comes down to a personal aspect of what someone would consider viral. To me personally, I would say there are levels to virality,
Yeah.
right? Anything I would consider maybe like 15K, like a mini viral reel. That's it.
I wouldn't even consider that even a micro.
But see, because you've been doing it already for like
Yeah.
that just became the norm to you. 50K,
Yeah.
100K views. You know?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying.
See, I don't consider 10 mil viral.
That's why I think 10 million.
Okay.
I think 10
no,
million.
10 mil is that's
I think it's
For me, viral is something that like Ashton Hall.
okay, but
that's like
That's viral.
that's like
that's 1%
yeah,
viral.
That's,
Yeah, but
that's
I
1%.
don't think we should call everything viral.
I agree.
I agree with that too.
I agree.
I think we need to create a threshold to that.
Yes, I agree.
I think right now what I'm hearing between agency owners and the standard of what virality is, a lot of people are just going with the million views. That's like the set standard.
Yeah.
That's like the set standard of like, okay, you went viral.
See, that's the thing about the social media game. There aren't standards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are
Everybody's got their own thing to say.
Subjective.
See,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
That's what makes it so difficult to really decide like what's what.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because even the creator versus influencer argument or what's viral argument, it's like, bro, it's so subjective.
It is.
Because really, like, I don't think you're viral unless the world is talking about you.
Yeah, I think
That's
Ashton Hall is an exception. Memes, those are like the memes that go viral. That's virality.
Because that becomes the world's inside.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's like that. I guess that would be definition of viral would have to be like that. I don't know what would you call under viral? Like, what's the word that we're looking for? That's
Posting, dog. I'm dead serious, bro. Like, shit.
You got, you got a little couple numbers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like you're moving the needle, but like we got to look at the amount of people that are on social media, right?
Yeah.
Like if you're going viral, the whole Saratoga was sold out.
Bro,
You know what I'm saying?
saw something like 16-year-olds at the gym the other day at the damn gym with that glass bottle.
I've never seen this bottle before this.
I know, me.
Oh, I saw, or maybe I have.
It's been in this.
Haven't.
Bro, it was like $2 on the shelf. Swear to you.
And how much is it right now?
I don't even know. I don't even want to look.
Yeah, that shit probably like 8, 9.
The shelf is probably still empty.
Yeah.
And he's just out here like,
No.
bro, those videos are so
I don't
fake,
think he's
dude.
getting paid for that.
Oh no,
If he's not, then his team.
I really don't think he is. I don't
What
think
makes
he
you
is.
say that though?
Because he hasn't said like if it's an ad. Saratoga's an older company.
They are.
They're gonna want an ad. They're gonna want you to say, "Hey, I'm buying Saratoga."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's
he shot himself in the foot though. He did it before the.
I don't think he's asked them for any money. I don't think because I feel like you would know. You would know that he was selling it. You would know. Because Saratoga will put that in their contract that you are selling this, even though you're selling it. I don't think, because even they were talking about, they don't have him posted on their page at all. Yeah. Why? I think it's because he's black, but that's just me. and I mean, I just, I hate to say that. I hate to say that, but if you go to their page, tell me if you see him once.
I haven't even looked because for me, it's like I understand why people are going crazy about it, but bro. I know Saratoga's been around forever. I've been seeing that water up there.
That's why I think they got old money. I don't think they're paying him. Yeah. I don't think they're paying him.
I think, now that I think about it, I believe.
I think everybody assumes.
Yeah, you may be right on this one. You may be right on this one.
They're
because he did it prior to.
Yes.
So it's not like he had a couple of millions up there. Yes, he was known, but he wasn't known.
Facts.
Well, I had this issue with a brand once, right? And I was rocking with them.
Mm-hmm.
And I put their stuff in all my videos because I rocked with them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was consistently the promise of like, we'll bring you a part of this. Mm-hmm. But then I quickly started to realize
that you're an ambassador?
Not even an ambassador.
Okay.
I'm just one of the people that rock with them.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you giving them free.
Yeah.
Why would they pay for it?
Yeah.
If you're already doing it. So stop shooting yourself in the leg. I don't care what that brand is. Stop tagging them.
Facts.
Stop putting them on.
Unless there's something in between.
Yeah, unless you want to work with them,
bro. Run the bag.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm a tag a fucking Windex if I use Windex.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's different, right? That's different, right? Because it's like
they got a good marketing budget. I know they spend the money.
Yeah. You know what I mean? I know they got the brands.
Yeah, that's
but regardless, I want to touch on the virality still.
Mm-hmm.
Virality. If we pay really close attention, there are viral formats, and people just got to stick to them. Ashton, I don't know who he talked to, but you could see a period in his content where he stopped doing what he was constantly doing, and he started doing repetitiveness of the same format, which was the morning routine.
Yeah.
Until eventually popped off.
Yep.
ASMR cleaning accounts.
Mm-hmm.
What do? All they fucking do is ASMR format, cleaning, nothing else. They don't include a, hey guys, I wanted to, just straight up cleaning. That's it.
I think what he did was simple though. He took the Get Ready With Me and put it on steroids.
Sure. We're talking about another format.
Yeah, that's exactly what he did. But because at the end of the day, it's like everything he did in those videos is outlandish. It's like so extreme and in your face that like, remember, at one point, they weren't even talking about the videos. They were talking about the timeline in the videos. Like, bro, 7:30, he's at the pool. 7:34, he's in the air. And 7:36, he's in the pool.
Yeah.
It's like, it took him 6 minutes to jump in the pool. It's like, virality at some points is about just being so in your face that you got to talk about it.
Yeah.
But, like, if we talk about the money aspect of this thing, the last time I checked, the video had about 120 million views, right? While he may not have done any direct money from Saratoga or anything like that. Number one, he increased the perspective of who he was to the audience.
100%.
Now he's known everywhere.
Yeah. He's worldwide.
So now, can we agree he potentially had already some other deals on the back end? More than likely, yes. Sponsored by somebody else or something.
Well, he played football for a while.
Okay.
But think about it. Before he went, the videos that went viral, the reason why he went viral was the videos of him running.
Yes,
That's what started everything.
Yeah.
And the reason why he was going viral is because people in the comments were racist as shit. And they were saying like, oh, this is a premium nigga. You know what I'm saying? Oh, this is like, you know what I mean? And those comments, bro, those comments were getting fucking like thousands of likes. And that's what makes sure videos go viral. Yeah. So that's why he went viral. He just started doing the get ready and that just took him, plus the running, put those together.
He had a strategy.
And he just doubled down on both those, and that's what took him off.
But what I'm trying to get at, right, the money aspect of things. Yeah. More than likely, he already had some deals on the back end.
Oh yeah, online coaching.
Okay, more than likely, already he was his own entrepreneur. He was already very well off and all of that stuff, right? At least that is the perception that the audience is getting, because we all know that that's very easy to fake. But nonetheless, given his virality aspect, while he perhaps did not make direct money with Saratoga, you best better fucking believe that he increased the fuck out of his prices on the back end.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't matter, right?
Oh, someone wants to work with me? Well, if you used to pay X amount, now you're paying X, Y, and Z.
Well, this man moves stock, bro.
Once you have proof of concept, that's it.
Exactly.
If you can sell move a product, stock?
Yeah, that's it.
If you have the power to move a stock?
Absolutely.
That's it.
You can, bro. I need at least 100,000. No, at hit rate, I need at least 200,000 a post.
Well, end of the day, right? It's like, it doesn't matter if he has this deal with Saratoga or not. Those sales are his sales. Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
So when you look at Saratoga's numbers, like, you have to equate that to Ashton Hall for the next 5 to 10 years.
Oh, dude, when you look at
agreed.
I mean, you have to look at the charts, man. You have to look at the revenue charts, and then you could almost backdate it nearly to the date to when he went viral. I guarantee you, the sales charts is going to look like the correlation maybe 2-3 days later or so, like you're going to see that spike without a doubt.
Yeah,
without a doubt.
I'm telling you,
it's credit to him.
I saw that video. I was in Safeway the next day. The shelf was cleared.
Yeah,
there was no Saratoga on the shelf.
Yeah,
if I was him, I'd switch it up. I tell him, I'd be like, because Complex,
do it again.
All the blogs are gonna post. They're gonna be like, "Oh, Ashton, what have switched his water?" So I would approach.
That green bottle.
Yeah. I would approach Spring Valley Water, and I would say, "Hey, look, I'm thinking about switching waters, and I want to make it dramatic so that the blogs hit it.
South Beach.
Give me 500. You know what I'm saying? Give me 500, and I'll switch to your bottle. And then you send a message to Saratoga. They're gonna be sick. Everybody in the comments gonna be like, go over there and be like, fuck your water. We're not drinking that shit no more. And then Spring Valley Water goes up.
This is 500. It's low, man.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. Low, like $1 million. At his point, he's worth $1 billion. He's worth $1 million per post.
Yeah.
This is how strong a personal brand is. If he just put out a Saratoga don't want to pay me, they're not treating me right, so I'm going over here. Imagine the hate that Saratoga's get.
Bro.
They're going to kill him, bro.
Could you get sued for defamation? You can't get sued for defamation for that. It's personal reference, right?
If I said, hey, like I tried to get a deal with them, they didn't want to make a deal, so I'm taking my talents to South Beach.
It's valid.
It's like, what are they going to say? Is it true?
Yeah, I mean, that's valid. I mean, shit. It's so funny because I went to their page, Saratoga's page, and I was wondering, I'm like, what if they're gonna post, bro? And they don't. They're old money, bro. They're old money. That's why I don't think. That's why I don't think he's made a dime from them. I don't think he's made a fucking dime.
No, they're gonna take advantage of him.
Yeah, I don't think they made a dime.
That's what it is because they know they have the power anyway. Like,
I mean, why would we pay him now? He's already done all these fucking videos, all this shit. Well, I don't need to pay this man. Yeah, we already doubled our stock. You know what I'm saying? Any smart business would be like, hey, thank you.
But he's playing a long game.
He's playing a long game.
He's playing a long game. He want to be around for a while.
If I was him, I'd make my own fucking water.
Talk about the legacy of who you are into social media. Like certain people, they can stay around forever just by changing with the times. Like Joey Swoll is a perfect example of that.
Yeah,
absolutely.
We talked about him last week. From shreds to what he is now.
Yeah.
Now it's just about speaking gym positivity. That's his whole brand.
Oh,
I love it too. He's
been there cooking though.
Yeah, he be telling people, be like, you know when he gets in his motor, like he just like, I'm like, you know what, Joe, you right, bro.
Yeah. Hey, when he hits
right, bro,
do better.
I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna do better, bro.
I'm on it, Joey.
No, and he has a crazy story, bro.
Yeah, I don't really know his story like that.
Yeah, I can't remember like the full on like the details, but I remember like he struggled a whole lot.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, he was like super close to his mom as well and everything. At one point, I want to say that he was homeless too. So like it was when he was at shreds. I remember that he was super grateful. Shit happened. I stopped following him for a minute, and then turns out that my wife randomly sends me this video of this jacked Swoll dude, and
Yeah.
oh, look at Joey.
I ain't seen bro in a minute.
Been seeing him forever. Yeah,
Yeah.
Like you know him.
yesterday. Yeah. And then now he's doing his whole thing. So yeah, no, it's
Yeah, he's going crazy too right now.
That legacy branding, bro.
Yeah.
revamping yourself. Yeah, 2.0, 3.0, man.
And I mean, I don't know if him or Goob started doing that first. I don't know if you guys follow Goob. Like,
Yeah, I don't like, bro. I think I respect Goo, but I'm like, damn, bro. Like some shit, like y'all just be calling people like that's your whole brand is to call people out. That's crazy to me.
if you know him though, bro, like I've chopped with him in the DMs a few times.
Yeah.
I hung out with him for a little bit at the Arnold, and bro, he's such a nice guy.
Oh no, he seems like a chill dude.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
such
Just
a
people who like there's another bodybuilder. His name was like something, bro. And all he does is just hate.
Gross.
That's his whole brand is just hating. I'm like, bro, I don't know how you can get out of bed every day and just be miserable and just want to tear people down just for your own benefit. Like, bro, like you are like I was like I don't get it. Like I couldn't physically do that, but it just don't make sense to me.
And that's just kind of how it is, bro. It's the world of social media.
Facts.
But it looks like today is coming to a close. Another good episode.
Another good
It was
episode.
a
Yes,
good
sir.
conversation. This one, I really enjoyed this one.
Absolutely. Please let us know your thoughts.
Yeah.
In the comments, let us know about what you think about virality, what you think about influencers and becoming a person of influence. You're right here with us.
Exactly.
This is a conversation.
Any topics that you guys want, any tools that you guys may need, any questions overall, you guys already know. Just drop it on the comments. We'll go ahead and address them, and we'll try to do our best to bring it to the next episode.
Yeah. And like we always say, come
Sit
sit on this couch with us. This is a format for us to all talk, man.
Absolutely.
So we want to know your opinions. We want to know what y'all thinking about, what y'all talking about. And most of all, we want y'all to subscribe, man.
Yeah, and like and share.
Share.
Tag a friend, tag your auntie.
Yeah. Let's grow this
You know what I'm
community.
saying? Let's grow this community.
But until next time, peace.
Peace.